Hello and welcome to all the students here. Standard 8 Science. We'll start chapter number 3 Force and Pressure. See on page number 14 Force and Pressure. The third chapter. Today we are going to start. First we'll see introduction. Remember the scientist Newton. There are various Newton's laws are there. 3 Newton's laws are there. As per the Newton's first law, explain about the force and motion of an object. A stationary object on which no force is acting remains stationary. Means an object is stable. It is not moving. It is stable. If you are not applying any force on that stable object, it remains stable. And an object in motion continues to move with the same speed and direction when no force is acting on the object. Yes. Means in another case, if any object continues in motion, continues moving with the same speed and direction, if no force is acting, then it remains continue in motion. Yes. So this is called Newton's first law. So here we'll study about first what is called force and types of forces. Force means what? Force is a physical quantity, utilizes energy and causes work done. When you apply the force, work done. When we apply force on any object, the object shows displacement. And that displacement means work done. That is called force. So in this chapter, we'll study about the various types of forces first, and then we'll see the pressure. See these pictures. This is the first picture. What is going on? A man is pushing a car. Means man applying his muscular force on a vehicle such that vehicle moves forward. Second picture, a dog pulled by the boy is pulling, means is applying the force to pull, then work done. That is a muscular force. In the third case, a football player kicking a football ball. So here also, with the help of legs, muscular energy, muscular force is applied and the ball moves. So in all the three cases, there is a application of force and movement of object, displacement of object. So that is called force. So when force is applied, then object moves. Means object shows displacement when force is applied. So in this lesson, we'll study about various types of forces. First, we'll study about two main types of forces, that is the contact force and non-contact forces. Contact forces and non-contact force. See the various, first we'll study about contact forces. What is called contact forces? So there are so many examples to study about contact forces. So contact forces means interaction between objects that touch. Means in the force, then the interaction occurs between the object and our body. Means there is a contact between two objects. The force exists. That is called contact force. Applied force, spring force, drag force, frictional force, normal force, these are all contact forces. Means we have seen above these three examples, There is a contact between the man and car. There is a contact between the children and the dog, football player and ball. So interaction occurs between the contact between these two. That's why they are called contact forces. We'll study about more examples of contact forces. Here, a man is pushing this desk in forward direction. Correct? So he's applying his muscular energy, muscular force. Means there is a contact between the man and the object. So that is called contact force. So car moves in a forward direction when a man applies force from behind. A dog is being pulled by his master. A boy playing football is kicking the ball away. So in all this example, force acts on two bodies through an interaction between them. So that is called as contact forces. So our muscular energy is used for these cases. So muscular force is also contact force. So muscular force is an example of contact force and is applied to the object with the help of our muscles. It is applied in several cases such as lifting, pushing, pulling. Yes. So a force is seen to act through a direct contact of the object or via one more object. Such a force is called contact force. So that is called contact force. So there are so many examples. We'll study the more examples. This is the first, another example. See here also. This girl is sitting on a cart and these two children, they are pushing, they are applying the force. Their force is suppose F1 and this force F2. Means F1 and F2 are the two forces. This force applied by the girl is F1 and this force applied by this boy is F2. So these two forces together causes the cart or bicycle moving in forward direction. So there is a contact. So contact between these two childrens and the cart or the bicycle. That is called contact force. So this is the example of contact force. A familiar example, you know that tug of war. Yes. Who is pulling? So they are pulling each other. This team is applying force. They are pulling their side and they are also applying pulling these sides. Means two forces are there. Suppose this is F1 and this is F2. But both the forces are in opposite direction. Yes. If both forces, suppose F1 is equal to F2, then nobody pull any side. Means the force is balance. That becomes a balance force. And if F1 is greater than F2, then this team will win. They will pull them towards them side. So that is called as non-balance force. But here is a contact. Yes. Contact between these two teams with the help of this rope. So that is a contact force. Next example. In this example also, you will see push, pull, move. So muscular energy is used in all the cases. These are all the examples of contact force. Next example, we have seen already. Yes, the man is pushing a car. A car, yes. See here in this example, this car is pulled. This car is pulled by the man. Means this man is applying force in this direction and car is moving forward. So there is a contact between the man and car. That is a contact force. And the result is that the car is moving now. It gets started. Second example, who is pushing whom? Yes, both the players. Yes, they are applying force on both sides. Yes, so they are pushing each other, therefore it is also contact force. Now here also, yes, they are pulling each other. Here pushing and here pulling. Both are pulling. The forces get balance. F1, F2 get balance. So muscular force, it is the muscular force. Therefore muscular force means is a contact force. Next example, yes. Who is pulling whom? Both are pulling. So here also muscular force. Therefore this is also the example of contact force. So these are all examples of contact forces. So lastly, what do you mean by contact force? See here, contact force means a type of forces that results when two interacting objects are perceived to be physically contacting each other. Means the interaction between the two objects. Contact force means the force which occurs direct contact of the objects or via one more object. Such a force is called contact force. So there are the examples of contact forces are applied force, we have seen, frictional force, the table is moving on the floor, tension force, spring balance, normal force, air resistance. Yes. So these are all the examples of contact forces. Now next we'll study about non-contact forces. So remember the definition and the examples of contact forces. Write this definition and few examples of contact forces in your notebook and read again and again. So let us study the next type of force, that is a non-contact force.